Thank you. Good afternoon. Mindfulness awareness. Uh, so there are a few methods of resting the mind, and it is the most helpful in relation to the meditative concentration. So these are not just methods of your practice, but they are also stages in the establishment of concentration. So I will tell you that. First method is we call rest in the mind, right? When you practice mindfulness, awareness, the key is simply to rest the mind for as much as you are able. When you can clearly be aware of this nature, the calmness, and using your wisdom awareness, we call it resting the mind. Very important. Second method is continuous resting, they call it. Continuous resting. So first you have rest in the mind, right? And then second, continuous resting. So you reach the next stage when you can slightly prolong this state of rest. Continuous resting. You just continue the practice of whatever mindfulness and awareness by staying with the object of meditation, without the object of meditation, And first we are looking for just rest in the mind, right? Once we have that, then next we're looking for continuous, more and more rest in the mind. Because that's usually 1 minute, 2 minutes, then another thoughts arise. So we cannot sort of continue resting the mind, right? So that's why continuous resting is very important. Remember, with joyful um, happiness, right? How you find out happiness and joyful when you meditate? You have to just recognize the opportunities, your precious life, this preciousness. That makes you happy. That makes you enjoy, right? How amazing this precious human beings, and you have all these opportunities and all these options, and found it the right path, and you are developing wisdom and all of these kind of things very precious. So therefore, if you remember that, the value actually of the meditations, all of that, you understand more the life that you have, and very meaningful, and all of these things makes you happy and precious. It's really precious. So if you can't continue resting, that means your mind is distracted by agitation, disturbing emotions. So you have to recognize that, right? You have to recognize that. And once you recognize it, then you have to return to the object of meditation. I'm talking about mindfulness and awareness, right? Resting the mind is the mindfulness. Continue resting is awareness, because you cannot continue to practice because your discursive thoughts or whatever, right? That's what we call obstacles or whatever. So awareness help. You recognize that, and then bring your um, uh, what do you call it? Bring your concentration, right? Concentration, return to the object of meditation. So mindfulness and awareness are what allows you to understand what is going on in this moment in your mind. So this is what we call continuous resting. So these two methods are very good, and um, you have to really follow your heart. You have to feel as well as understand everything in this moment, meditation methods, and you should bring those experience into your practice, because the first time when most people heard the teachings, they really aroused great respect and sort of trust and belief. But then after receiving more teachings and more, many times, and without putting them into practice, then it's not so much useful to understand just in intellectual, because you heard them many times and you think, oh, I already know these teachings, or I already heard it. And then what happened is, then there is no interest in the teachings, and then gradually what happened is you grow distance between your practice, distance you and the teachings. So that's very dangerous, very dangerous. That's the problem we have, Buddhist practitioner right now. People heard lots of teachings and understand very well, but they don't put them into practice. And then there's a big gap between teachings and practice. So Bhakti Rinpoche says, is if you know the teachings, like even like one line, 2 lines or 4 lines. You have to put that into your practice right away. Then the problem is, if you don't meditate, you heard same ideas, the teachings all the time, and then you think, oh, this guy's talking over again and again, same teaching. But that's wrong. It's not actually. If you practice, if you meditate, and you learn something all the time from your experience, I meditate, like for example, I meditate mindfulness many times, and then heard the teachings how to meditate mindfulness, but maybe similar teaching, but you will find something new instructions all the time if you really meditate. So that's, if you don't put the teaching into practice, very dangerous. That's very, very dangerous. That's why we don't have a lot of good practitioners, though, If you put the teachings into your practice, then always you are receiving, and you learn something new, even though same teaching, same topic teaching, because there's always different experience you will get if you practice continually. So that's why continue resting is so important. So therefore, listen the teachings over again, because it can help you understand more deeper and experience. From my own experience, what I do is, like, I memorize the key words from the instructions, my teacher's instructions for my meditation, right? Sometimes it's difficult to rest. It's difficult to meditate, when I meditate. Then I recited, the key words in silently, in my mind, I recited few times, sometimes one time, whatever, depends. And let my mind dissolve into the words that I memorized completely, Mindfulness, like for example, mindfulness, I memorized mindfulness, something words like that, keyword, and then I mixed my mind with that words and dissolved, my mind dissolved into the words completely. And then what happened is sometimes I get the experience first, and then continually go deeper in my meditation. Then the realization will arise. And sometimes just there is no experience, but just the realizations arise, So that's very, very helpful. Do you understand what I'm saying? Otherwise, meditation is not always same. Sometimes easy, sometimes difficult. So difficult, then we need lots of methods. Otherwise, our mind is like really difficult to control without methods, Cannot control. It just doesn't work that way. So you have to just relax first, and then bring some really these instructions, words. The words are, instruction keywords are actually the blessings from the lineage. That's why I memorize. Because it's not, if you recognize it, they're not just words, though. They are just blessings. That's I recognize these words are blessings from my lineage. So I have it there, the blessings. But one thing important is like you have to recognize and you have to remember the words and the meaning and key words, right? There, for example, if we have like a book about 4 thoughts that change your mind, or let's say first precious human life. The precious human life, they talk lots of different ways, explanations, and all these commentaries, right? You cannot memorize all of them, but you have to pick the key words, and then you have to memorize that, and then you meditate, and you have to say it in silently and mix with the words, and then that's the blessing. Then you will get the realization, or at least experience, and not. It's your meditation really help. This is just to make your mind and everything is brings everything's there. These words, and if there is hesitation, if I have in my meditation, then I listen. Then I listen the teachings from my teachers over again. And then I will get the solution, right? Solutions and antidote. That's why my root teacher, Kanchin Jigme Panso, when he gave us the Dzogchen teachings for 2 weeks, and he said that maybe you feel, I have that feeling, maybe you feel that when you receive these teachings are very much same every day, and you don't get really all the sort of different instructions. He said, that I gave you this time, but later, he said, later when you meditate on these teachings, and you will know all the different instructions if you go back and listen the teachings again. That's exactly happening with my meditation right now. Even I don't have hesitation or doubt or caution. I just listen the teaching over again. Always different things there. I think very helpful. Listen teaching, very important. If you, when sometimes it's your meditation, the instructions not so clear, right? In your meditation, what should I do if I have this and that? Then you have to go back and listen teaching again. So that's my from my experience. I will get key sort of instructions always that I need. It's already there. But before I didn't sort of pay attention to them, right? So now I need it. I have this meditation. I have difficult, and then the instructions there. So through that sort of blessing, right? Through that blessing and instructions, I also that only not that. So that their teachings, their listen again, and that kind of blessing and instructions I appreciate, and I, remember the kindness of my teachers, and that's how I develop my connection with them and trust and believe in everything like that. That's how I develop my, devotion and faith. For example, when you meditate on impermanence, right, you need to remember that teachings first and then instructions of impermanence. Otherwise, very important, we understand everything's impermanence, but there is instruction and how to meditate on it. And if you have hesitations, then you need go back and you need to listen to teaching again. Bring the instructions into your practice and learn more deeply. That's why the practitioners need instructions and teachers, so that they have the antidotes and whatever. Very profound, because these instructions and words and teachings, from enlightened beings' wisdom, right? Enlightened beings' wisdom. That's why we need good teachers, unbroken lineage, That's why I always think I just include myself and my students. I want two things for, all of us. One thing is a great motivation. We need it, no matter. Great motivation. Second thing is we need great lineage. Then we have everything. Those two are very important for the practitioners, I think. If you're really looking for some change and, develop inner qualities, you need those two. Because great motivation, of course, very important. And then great lineage, all these instructions and methods and all these are from great lineage, great teachers. So if you have good lineage, then you have blessings. To practice kind mind, right? Motivation. That's I call great motivation, kind mind. And then follow the lineage, their direction. Maintain what? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If you receive lots of teachings and don't put into your practice, then only text there, only text. Yeah. Well, the great teachers always say we have Kanjur and Tanjur, right? You have no idea, right? Kanjur is. I'm really good about Tibetan language, though. Kanjur means the teaching from Buddha. Tanjur means the commentaries on the teachings of Buddha, his students, right? So we have hundred of volumes, the books and text, right? And what happened is in Tibet, almost every single families they have the kanjurs and tanjurs, not for practice. They just put in their shrine, and then they, of course, every day they do prostrations and light candles and offerings in front of that. And then teacher said that is really wrong. Tanjurs not for your shrine. It's in your mind. You have to read. And they never read it. They just put it there. And that's You have to read. Not only that, you have to put in mind, practice. Otherwise, one day it's just a piece of paper, So that's very dangerous. So that's why we have to, every single teaching when we heard, we should investigate, and then if you think really good, then put it into practice. Very, very important. Practice, I think, very, very important. So we have these amazing teachings, though. So in Buddhism, we have lots of these teachings, kanjars and panjars, and like hundreds of books and text, right? It's actually difficult, right? Everything like that. I think the Christian is very easy. What you have like one book, Bible, so you have just one book, right? Or two books. One book, four books. Even four books, no problem, right? It's easy. Easy to read and practice. But in Buddhism, we have hundreds of books. So that's so difficult, actually, right? I think also the same thing like Muslim and other religions. They have not many books, though, like maybe 4 or 5 books. They have. That's very easy, to practice. So what else? So I'm very lucky about this kind of things. Spiritually, I have no obstacles in whole my life. I met great teachers, and I didn't miss any sort of important teachings from them. Spiritually, I'm very successful person. Spiritually, I said spiritually. Okay, worldly, not. Not successful person. Spiritually, very successful and without obstacles. That's something really there, For example, when we have Dzogchen teaching in Kachin Jingme Panzo, and few of my students, we were there, and then we went teaching together 2 weeks, and then they got sick, and then they missed teaching. Very important teaching. He did that only one time, and I was fine. It was fine. I remember those things. I'm very fortunate, And then after later that, the last my teacher, Dzogchen master, he also gave the Dzogchen teachings, and I with also my friends, and they had a problem with their family. They have to go back. They didn't receive this teaching. So kind of those kind of situation, when I remember, I'm very lucky, So I have all of that. So that makes me happy, So, but not not the point. The point is I have to meditate, right? So that's I always think. So this day is very important to meditate. We never know what will happen, and but just I said, we have lots of different teachings and books, so we cannot practice all of them. So that's why we have to pick, the essence of teachings and the key. For example, like about bodhicitta, about mindfulness, like these few things that we need are very necessary. If we are looking for liberation. Looking for liberation without bodhicitta is impossible. if you have bodhicitta mind, that mind really contains tremendous strength and confidence in itself, right? Um, because the great masters called it fearlessness. And that mind contains certain basic qualities. My teachers, when they teach about, when they taught the bodhicitta, they just start crying. And then we ask why, why are you crying? He said, how I am fortunate person that I have these amazing teachings and that I can practice. Because they can see the value of the meditations. We are very fortunate to hear, even like hear all the time, even like just the name of bodhicitta. It's very fortunate. People don't hear that kind of, people don't interested to hear or to practice. My teacher always say, you should remember just to remember the name bodhicitta. If you can practice, just to remember them. That's also really diminish your obstacles. I'm not going deeper, about bodhicitta. You all know, right, the benefits of bodhicitta. But this practice is very, very important. We are able to see through, and if we have this mind, it's really easy to connect in with others and make your life meaningful and very, it makes your life meaningful and happy. I always think that because it's open to connecting with everything. That's first qualities, right? And second qualities bodhicitta is really it contains gentleness, kindness. This is the reality. So fortunately, we all have that quality. And that quality is the ability to understand and really touch our real nature. When we look deeply into the mind, we all have these qualities, but we just need one more condition to understand, to manifest this quality. We have the quality, but we need a condition, We already have. That is the cause, right? We already have the cause of enlightenment, the cause of the openness and liberation, but we don't have condition. What is condition? The condition is practice. Practice meditation. Practice meditation. If we don't practice meditation, doesn't matter. We have cause. Cause of bodhicitta, but no condition, then nothing happens. However, many people do not know this truth. This is our truth. This is the essence of our life. Right? Ah, that this is the ultimate truth. All this appearance, right? Appearance in this world is not ultimate truth, though. It's not ultimate truth. It's how we think, how we do, how, everything is just different. Because our life in this world is basically unsatisfactory. What do you call it? Unsatisfactory, right? Because it does not offer the reality and what we most want. So the practice meditation is the condition. Once we have that condition, we have cause, we have a condition, right? Not perfectly, but condition. Still different, right? So you have cause, you have condition, but still people are different, right? Everybody's ability of concentration for meditation is different, but that's fine, you know. Some people are faster, some people are slower. It's like birds, some birds fly very quickly, faster, some birds fly slow, you know. Practitioners, like that, some practitioners very limited ability of meditation and concentration. Some people do very good in stable mind. That's just who we are. But if we don't practice, then it will never be possible for to achieve any success in our practice. So I always kind of advised or whatever, meditation is very important. Meditation is a journey of, they call it self-discovery. Do you understand? Why they say self-discovery? Discover, I like that. Discover and what to get or to find is different. Discover means you already have it, right? But through your practice, you got it. So self-discovery, meditation. So you sit in meditation, you become more aware of what you're really doing, and everything become much clearer and peace. Your conduct, your activity, your action, everything become very gentle and kindness, right? Kindness, gentle kindness is not your what do you call it? Relative uh, action or attitude. Gentle, you practice bodhicitta, you become gentle and kind person, right? Do you believe it? Because of bodhicitta, the characteristic of bodhicitta is gentleness and kindness. So you practice that, then it grows. Then looks like you become a gentle or kinder, but actually you just that's the manifestation of your inner qualities because of mind, kind mind. Your speech and your body action, all these are actually, what do you call it, subservient, right, to the mind. Mind is the root, mind is the king, so your mind become clear, gentle, kinder. Then your we have three, right, three doors, like body, speech, and mind. So body, speech actually then automatically become gentle and kinder. So that's why Buddhism very much focus on mind rather than outside and like that. You just to focus on mind. That's why we say meditation is so important, because all of that kind of gives you really more confident, excitement, um, able to establish that you are good at certain things and help to, um, you know, your practice, you know. So that's the meditate. The purpose of meditation is not make your mind be a mind completely empty, right? Or you can see something is beautiful, or something completely new, but to make it more peaceful, mindful, and relax. Meditation is a great opportunity to observe your thoughts. Understand? That's all. Let's talk. Any question about your meditation? Okay. Okay. Meditate on awareness. Same thing. No different instruction this time. Okay. So it's actually awareness meditation. You recognize, right? You recognize always. You recognize your thoughts and try to letting them go in combination with the breath. It's awareness meditation. When you breathe in very gently, recognize your thoughts, and then if you want, then pause for a second and then breathe out gently and let go everything. And then relax for a second and then go back to the breath. Recognize that's the recognize thoughts and letting go. So just to focus on the object of concentration. So if you want this case, object of meditation is the breath. So concentrate, object of concentration, and open awareness. Just not grasp and or reject your thoughts. Just to leave them alone and let them come and go, and let your mind rest in a more quiet and peaceful state. So that is the goal. The goal of concentration is sort of, remember, create longer time of awareness. So first you have a mindfulness, which is rest in the mind, and then you have the concentration. Concentration is helps you longer meditation, uh, awareness. Important is if you guys very good though, but if if important is It's not how long you focus on your concentration, but they said how you soon you return to it from the distraction. That that is the most important. You just let go of your thoughts and then bring your concentration back. If you can continue rest in mind, that's fine. If you can't, that's fine also. So the point is, the distractions arise, then you just right away recognize and bring your mind onto the concentration. And then, we'll do this few minutes. And if you need to rest, that's also fine. You can just rest and then meditate. And like this is very important. Frequently, many time, right? Meditate frequently. Short time, that's help. Short time, frequently. So a few minutes, okay? And about your eyes, you can close your eyes, you can open your eyes, but usually open is better. Other than that, very good. And then breathe out slowly. That's you can. If you want, breathe in and then pause for a second. And experience the relaxation there. When you pause, breathe in and pause, and then you will experience the peaceful there, peacefulness just there. So you just stay there for a second and then breathe out, and then pause there for a second, and then again experience the relaxed peacefulness, awareness, everything is there, and then breathe in like that. Okay. Very good. Take a break, few minutes.